Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for watching all the other videos that we posted. So we have finally gotten to this video. It's been busy. Just quick updates. My new job starts on Monday. So today's the 15th, 16th?
I got 2 other new jobs.
Yeah, so today's the 14th of November. And I finally am about to start my new job on the 21st. So we'll see what happens. Then yeah, she got her 2 new jobs. So we've been kind of busy doing that, and we put out a couple of videos of stuff that we did in October. SeaWorld, Sesame Place, the zoo. We are actually going to give our review of the Disney Wonder. The food, the crew, the process,
The activities,
the activities, the kids club,
the merchandise.
all of it. All right, all of it. This might be a 2-part video because I feel like it's going to be kind of lengthy. But remember, we are not Disney influencers, so we are going to give you the real, like, yay about this and no about this. Okay. So just sit back and watch. Where do you want to start first?
Maybe the kids clubs in the nursery.
Yeah, we can start with that. All right, so Kids Club, Oceaneers Club is for 3 to 12, and then the nursery is for 3 and under. Okay, now that's a tricky part.
No, 3 and under, 6 months, 6 to 3. I want to say 6, but I don't think.
I know. See, but if you go international, then you got to be a year. Yeah, you got to be 1 year old to travel international per maritime law. So basically, it's from like 1 to 3.
Man, but if you're going nationally, I think it's 6 and up. 6 months.
Yeah,
6
but
months.
because you make a stop in Mexico, at denotes international.
Oh, okay. No.
See, that's what I'm saying. So just be aware of that. If you're taking your little ones on there, you guys can comment down below what you all have seen with the whole 6 months to a year for the babies. But the kids clubs are great. I thought they were great. Sometimes because Oceaneers Club and Oceaneers Lab is like 2 separate venues, they are interconnected via a pixie dust pathway. So, and you can see that in our day 1 video. But other than that, the time slots is what you have to get used to as far as the open house. The open house. So, like, say if you go in the afternoon and they haven't opened the house in the lab, then you got to take your kids over to the club and vice versa. Okay.
So that was kind of a problem for us. When our daughter that was in that category or that kids club, it takes her time to adjust to a place. So it was, and she likes to know what to expect. So it was a little bit hard for her to adjust when she couldn't go to her regular kids club and she got to go to the other one because of the open house. So that's something just for you guys to know. Also something that I kind of would have hoped was a little bit different was that they will tell you in the app day by day what kind of events they got going on in the kids club. And it doesn't seem like they fully follow that. So they would have like, oh yeah, there's going to be this princess with doing story time. And it turns out the princess didn't show up. So just know that it's I think it's kind of, you could double check. But for what we noticed, it didn't always happen like they said they would. So I wouldn't plan on that. Like, oh, I really want her to do this activity in the kids club, so I'm going to drop her off for that. Because that's what I was thinking. And it wasn't always the case. But she still loved it. There's still a lot to do. But I just wouldn't maybe tell the kid, hey, you're going to see whoever, or because then they'll be very disappointed. They do have some great activities. She did some pillowcase. Well, she was supposed to, but she didn't. Yeah. But there are times like they have a pajama party, Pluto pajama party, where they color their own pillowcase. So they do have some goodies that they get in some of the activities, which I thought was pretty cool. And it's a nice souvenir, nice souvenir for her to have. And I loved hanging out with them during the open houses, even though it was kind of bad for when there was one that she couldn't be there and she had to go to the other one. it's nice to plan to hang out with your kids and play with them in their area during the open houses. It was pretty cool. And recommendation, go during the show. If you already seen the show in the first time, they have two showing times. It's nice to go during the showing time because it's empty. So you got the whole kids club for yourself.
Oh, the kids just go in there. As long as they got their wristband, they can just go ahead and go clock in and then go
There's
play.
no limited time.
There's no limited time.
You can drop them off as much as time as you want. They close to 11:30, so if you want to go party it up, it's possible.
Yeah.
One thing I would highly recommend to Disney Cruise Lines, something that I would appreciate it is since they close late, and it's awesome that they close late so that adults can go and have some fun, the parents, is that they have a quiet time. Like they have at least a section in the kids club where the kids can quiet down and maybe take a nap or just be able to not have to be all active, so that if you have a little one that you want to leave there till late, that they have a place to nap, because unfortunately they don't really have that for the older kids from 3 and up. For the nursery, we can say that they were amazing. They do napping, they feed them.
Yeah, so I mainly dealt with the nursery. It seems like, and I kind of want to put this section into my review of the crew, because it kind of goes along with that, but I felt the nursery crew for Small World Nursery was way better than the Oceaneers crew.
But the ratio is way smaller.
That is true. The ratio is smaller.
They will get to know your kid way better because it's very little amount of kids.
But the understanding of how kids operate and how the babies are, I mean, you had some really experienced folks in there, and I could tell. And I was like, okay, wow. All right, she's out of my hands.
And so they genuinely care about your kid.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
The nursery was far better. I'm not going to say like superior.
It's just different.
But yes, it's different, but the level of service was better than Oceaneers Club. All right. Yeah, it was. If I had to rate it on a scale from 1 to 5, I'd put the nursery at like a 4.5. Okay. And then Oceaneers Club would be like at a 3.5. To put things in perspective.
There we might disagree a little bit. But
I know, but because I've mainly dealt with the nursery, okay? And getting to know the nursery's team, it was the same, 4 or 5 people in there. So you automatically knew who was watching your kid throughout the entire cruise. And if you see him just walking about the ship, hey, how you doing? Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, yeah, it's you from... That's what happened, okay? I didn't catch that time on camera, but... I did see some of the nursery crew members' attendance in there, and yeah, no, it was great. They remembered you by name, by face, the whole nine. So I'll talk about that a little bit later when it comes to the crew section of the video. But yeah, the nursery was great. Also, too, they did same day reservation.
And the thing with that is that you could reserve. But you didn't have to use it all up. I mean, ideally, I think technically they're supposed to charge you. If you reserve a certain slot, they're going to charge you for all of it. But they tried to be flexible with us, and if we dropped them off later or something.
Right. So with that being said, it's basically goes, if you book 3 hours and you use 2.5, they're going to charge you that last half hour. Okay? However, they were really flexible with you, too. So... where was we? We were
drinking.
I want to say we were at Signals. Yeah, we were at Signals, up there in the Quiet Cove area. Okay, the adult section, and we had just came up from a
open bar.
The open bar, yeah, that's right. The private party. It's in like
you
day.
You can't recall what because you were already tipsy.
Day 4, day 5 of the. Anyways. The open bar section of the video, right? We had our kids away in the kids clubs. Well, we ended up going upstairs to the to Quiet Cove, and we ended up hanging out with some other cruisers. You know, we made friends and things, and we were having a great time. So we ended up having the bartender call
No,
down.
I called, baby.
Well, I mean, yeah,
But
he
yeah,
let us
he
use the
was
phone, but yeah. So the bartender allowed us to use the phone. We called down to the nursery and said, "Hey, can we keep her there for another hour?" Cool, great. It was great, man. I'm telling you, they worked with you as long as you gave them a heads up of what was going on. Last minute reservations, the day of, you can be like, "Hey, I need to drop my kid off from 6 to 9 or whatever, or 9 to closing." They were really working with us throughout the cruise. So
I think it is to note that we didn't have I don't think it was full cruise. So obviously, if you're in a cruise that it's full, the likelihood is going to be maybe a little bit harder.
So because we went in September, I felt like there was only maybe about 400 to 500 kids on board, and that's all ages. It wasn't that many kids,
and not that many babies.
It was only maybe probably only see maybe about 10, maybe a dozen babies on board.
And not all of them were being dropped off at nursery.
Exactly, and that's the thing. So if you look at how many people are on your cruise overall on the first day, you can kind of gauge whether or not you're going to have a chance to, reserve your kids. And
so recommendation is, if you can, just reserve in advance. Don't wait till the day of.
Right. And you can only reserve in advance if you are a silver member and above.
No, but you can reserve once you're in the ship. You can reserve in advance.
Once you're on the ship, yes, you can reserve in advance.
Recommendation would be, what we did is, the first day, as soon as we boarded, since we were nervous of not being able to get some slots,
we just went straight to the nursery first,
and we reserved all the good stuff, like when we were gonna have
tastings
brunch,
or brunch or whatever else,
or the spa.
As long as the baby was taken care of, we can always drop off the oldest one right next door.
Yeah, the oldest one didn't need reservations or anything.
So that was it.
And a very good thing that we liked a lot, or I think you did too, is that I guess legally, or because it's just a rule, if your kid asks for you in the kids club, they have to let you know. They have to let you know that they're asking for you and they're asking to leave. But if you're busy doing something, or you think your kid's just maybe asking, but he's going to be fine and going to redirect in 5 minutes and be fine staying, you can call them and tell them that you're either busy with a restaurant or the spa or something, and they'll make it happen.
So that happened with Palo Brunch on our day 2. Palo Brunch, we got a phone call through the app. It's a text. A text through the app, the Navigator app. So they do everything through the Navigator app. So, all right. Genie Plus, Navigator app, same thing. All right. So we have received a text saying, "Hey, your child is crying for you," blah blah blah. So she ended up going over to the maitre d' for Palo, which is the head hostess, and picked up the phone, called.
Again, they allow us to call.
Right. So, and that's a good thing too, because they're different departments on board, but it's still one ship. So if you have an issue, where you are, you talk guest services, and you're in the restaurant, or talk to the restaurant manager about something that's in your room, or whatever else is going on. Okay, talk to your steward about something. They will talk to the other departments or allow you to communicate with the other departments right then and there. So when it comes to solving issues, like, it happens like that at that point in time. All right. I think there's maybe only one thing that we came up, and we'll talk about that when we get to the food section. But other than that, yeah. So when it came to the kids clubs, I had no complaints.
No, it was really good.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. Talking about the kids club. All right. So
and $9 the hour.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Nursery is $9 an hour, and then drops, if you got 2 kids in there, it drops down to like, let's say $7.50.
Oh, I don't know.
$8 an hour for the second kid. So they give you like a little.
And
discount.
You do have to provide the diapers. I don't think the wipes. I don't remember the wipes, but the diapers for sure.
And I think, yeah, you do have to provide the diapers because all kids are different, so they don't have a ton of diapers for.
And possibly the wipes, but not. You don't have to worry about the food or the milk.
Yeah, so they give you snacks in the kids clubs also. So, all right.
You do have to pay for the bracelets. And then in the end,
That's right.
You can return them and they refund you.
Yeah.
But you can just keep them and they'll just charge you for that.
Any last minute thing?
No.
God. All right. Moving on from the kids club. Okay. Let's talk about.
We can move on to customer service because it kind of goes together.
Yeah, let's talk about customer service and the crew. All right. We kind of already touched up on it about the kids club,
So, yeah,
nursery.
that's-
So, but the customer service, man, honestly,
Now you can start by sections. Our stateroom.
I mean, no, even before that, I want to say at the cruise terminal.
Oh,
The cruise terminal, I mean, they were great. I mean, the Disney staff who were on the ground, oh my God. Like, the people taking your tickets, scanning them in, the folks doing your baggage check, the guys who were loading it up, when you got to the counter to actually verify your ID, shoot, I mean,
everything was pretty smooth.
the photo. I mean, once you got in the line to go and actually get on the ship, it went. It took maybe about 10 minutes, maybe 10 to 15 minutes from stepping inside the door to getting on the other side of the terminal to get up to the elevator. That was about maybe a 10 to 15 minute run. I mean, it wasn't that long. Honestly, it wasn't that long. I felt like it was faster getting on the ship than getting off the
Oh,
ship.
definitely.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute, okay? Because that's like the last, but we know what the problem was. So, but yeah, no, the terminal staff was great, and then getting on board when they welcome you, man, that was, the first time going through that, I was like, oh my God, you seen that? Y'all watch the video, okay? Like, that was a real reaction of me, like, super excited to have that happen. And I saw the looks on my girls' faces, and they're like, wow, look at the atrium. Oh my God, this is great. And the staff is directing us to Club Azure. Mm. And then, yeah, meeting our stateroom attendant.
He was great through the whole time.
He was great through the whole time, even when I got drunk. Dude,
very accommodating to the times that we had to go back to the cabin for something.
Very accommodating. Oh my God! Like he'd be in the middle of doing something with our bed or something, and I'd be, oh man, I got to get my whatever it is, camera change out, or got to get diapers for the kids, or whatever it was. He's, oh, okay, yeah, sir, go ahead, and he'll jump over to the next room and go do something. And he'll come back, and I'll tell him, hey, thanks, man. Great. Our stateroom attendant was great. We actually left him an extra amount of tip. So I mean, he was, yeah. And we'll get to pricing and tipping in later.
The waiters, we can go to the restaurant.
So the restaurant, the waiters, the wait staff. We had Suena and Barry. Gilbert was our head waiter. Robert was the restaurant manager. Mm-hmm. So with that, the one issue that we did have was we took our parents, my parents on this cruise, which you guys see my father and stepmother in some of the cruise videos, and we were in staterooms right next to each other. So I was like, okay, how about we all try and get together and talk to guest services. So we talked to guest services the first day about having us sit with each other on the same rotation at the same table. It didn't happen the first night. They said, we'll see what we can do. We were both on main dining, so I was like, okay, that should be no problem. They should just, provide us with a table of 7 and be done with it. Well, the very next night, and this is what I mean by level of service, man. I was like, okay, very next night we go to Tiana's, right? It was on day 2. And I'm going to the table. I'm like, yeah. And you seen the video. I was confused. I was like, why are they giving us a table of 7? I was like, man, we got 2 empty chairs over here. What's going on? Restaurant manager Robert came over and he said, hey, are your other guests with you? Or are they coming to the table? Or do you know where they are? And I was like, oh my God, that's Pop. Hold on, wait. Let me text them. No, they're upstairs so maybe
there was a little bit of communication.
There was a little bit of communication between guest services and restaurant management to be able to put us together. They already done it, but they didn't notify my dad.
Yeah, which was
or us. Like
they
there
made
was
it
no,
happen.
but they made it happen. It's just somebody had to let us know, whether it be the stateroom attendant or you know, right when we first got to the restaurant. Because I didn't see Robert at first. I saw somebody else, another waiter who wasn't our waiter that came up. So you know, we said table 50. You know, but we texted Pop and whatever they were ordering, they just put it on hold. They got him. They escorted him right downstairs to our table, and then there it was. It was the 7 of us throughout the rest of the cruise.
But recommendation: try and do it before.
Try and do it before.
Boarding,
Yeah.
which we already did with our friends, right?
Yeah. Well, and we'll get to that later too. Okay. So, but yeah, no. But the level of service from the staff, the food, cabanas, those all the quick service spots.
I mean, the only thing that I think could have been a little bit better, but maybe it's the age of our kids. They weren't as interactive with our kids. Or I heard that waiters typically are very interactive with the kids and they play with them, or kind of like do fun stuff with them, or like I don't know. I guess I don't really know because we didn't get it. We did get the whole, they cut the food for the kids. We didn't get it the last night. But so there was a little bit of not so great with the service with the waiters, but I think we were expecting we had high expectations because of what we had heard. So it was good service. It's just based on the high expectations that you hear from everybody.
Right.
It could have been better, but it was good.
And I think a lot of that had to do with, we were at 95% full on the ship, so I think that had a lot to do with it the first day or so. I want to say like day 1, day 2. The service was kind of lacking because they had to get used to...
No, but service was lacking the last night too.
Well, maybe because it was the last night.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because day 3 and 4, I didn't have any issues. But it was quick for us. I was like, wow. I mean, as soon as we made it on time.
I know your parents did complain about how slow it was to
that was
service.
Yeah. They were slow on day 1, day 2, and then when was Triton's? Was it day 3 or 4?
Maybe day 3, I think.
Yeah, but that was right. Oh, but that was Pirate Night too. So I think, and that's again why it made it slow, because Pirate Night is the same menu for all 3 restaurants. So in reality,
is it?
Yeah, it is. So the cooks in the back were making food for 3 restaurants at the same time. That's a lot of people to feed. Okay? And then had to do it twice. So you're like, okay, because not everybody's going to want the same thing all at the same time. So you got to make whatever comes in, I get it. You know, so Pirate Night was a little slow. I will give you that, yeah.
But the food in general was amazing. Not amazing. Some was amazing. Some was good.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have a bad plate of food.
No, everything was really good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say amazing some of it, but everything was at least an 8 or 9.
Right. So that's. But then again, it is Disney, so I mean, at least the food they're gonna. This is Disney Cruise Line. This is not the theme parks or the hotels, okay? So, just remember that, all right? It's a separate entity, all right? So, yeah, Disney Cruise Line got the food right. I'll put it like that, all right? Galactic Star Cruiser, I will make a whole separate video for y'all, okay, in the Star Wars community. It's coming. Believe me, it's coming, all right?
And they had a lot of variety in the restaurants, and then even outside of the restaurants, the cabanas, different food
so
every day.
Cabanas and Pinocchio's Pizza and the stuff on the pool deck, and
some Greek food one of the days. Mexican food
it was a good variety, okay? And yes, I did have some ice cream, and damn it, that was some of the best ice cream I tasted.
And the Mickey bar.
And the Mickey bar.
And the Mickey waffles.
And the Mickey waffles, alright? Oh my God.
And the drinks were amazing. That was really good too.
Yeah, we can.
They were not too strong. They were not. Well,
yeah, we can talk about alcohol.
Yeah. So the drink of the day, I would add the tequila shot or the rum shot, whatever it is. Add an extra shot if you like drinking. Even your dad said it was not that strong. But the regular drinks were great.
Yeah. No. I mean, we were just trying couple of martinis, blue Hawaiians, whatever it is. I mean, strawberry
And the
chocolate
typical
martini.
beers.
Yeah, your typical beers. Everything like as far as regular drinks and just your typical mixes and things like that. It was great, man. Man.
And just know you can get your souvenir glasses. There's souvenir cups for the cocktails, and there's a souvenir mug for the beer.
Yes, which we showed in the videos already. So yeah.
Which you get a little bit of a. I think it's the same price, but it's more ounces.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
beverage?
If you have the beer mug, it'll be what is it? A 20. I want to say it's a 22 ounce instead of a 16. Is what you get, something like that.
So you're gonna drink
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
gonna drink a couple of beers, a
Yeah,
couple of
it's worth getting
cocktails
the
every
beer
day.
mug
It's
for
worth it.
for the beer drinkers. It's worth getting the beer mug, definitely.
And you can use it again for your next cruise. So we're gonna pack them for
Exactly. All right. All we gotta do is show them, hey, we got the glasses, and they're okay. We'll give you a token, and they give you a token, and there you go. And then they just give you a new glass at the end of the trip. Done. Great.
But just make sure you don't lose the tokens or the glass.
Right. Well. Here's the thing. So say you take your glass that you have now, okay. You wash it, whatever. All right, fine. You bring it. Well, they take that same glass, they put it in the back, and they wash it for you again. All right, but then you don't get the same glass. You get one in a newer package, if that makes sense. So you're basically getting a brand new.
No, they don't give it to you in a package. They just give you the glass.
They just give you the glass in this one? Okay, well, you're getting a new glass.
It's in the beginning. It's just a glass. When they put them in your stateroom, when you buy them on the app in advance, you get to your stateroom.
Oh, that's
and
right,
it's
huh?
there.
It wasn't in the package.
No.
What video was that I seen? Anyways, all right.
I mean, okay, so here's one that comes in the package. So a little bit of a tip or secret tip. I don't know how much this is known. I love collecting glasses, so I actually went to customer service and I was talking about how I wanted a certain beer mug or glass. I don't even remember what I was asking for.
Yeah.
I think it was the popcorn buckets, and I mentioned I collected glasses, and he actually had some extra souvenir beer mugs from Alaska. Those are the ones you saw packaged.
That's right. Okay, yeah. So we were able to get the Alaskan cruise, which was already done. Okay, our cruise was September 28th. Alaska was already done. They had already rotated back to
but
Vancouver.
they had leftovers.
They had leftover merchandise. The bartenders are great. We got to know the bartenders. Obviously, if you're in Cadillac Lounge, Dwayne from Jamaica, over in Crown and Fin. Okay. Yeah, no, the bartenders are great. They tried to make whatever they could for you. They made some special stuff for you. I was able to do mixology, which was great because I made my own B52 shot, which was great. I mean, the beer tasting was pretty cool. You got to taste different styles of beer. There was that one Kentucky bourbon whiskey type beer. That was great. That was the best one that I had. So, just be mindful of that. If you're gonna be a drinker on board, hey, it's we had a chocolate. Was it a coffee chocolate martini over at French Quarter? That was great. So most of the specialized drinks that we had were good. Some were good, some were absolutely great. Like, oh my God. I wanted strawberry chocolate margarita that I had, great. So the alcohol on board, yes, you do have to pay per. They don't have any drink packages on board. The tastings are what, 40 it's like $40 to $45 a person.
Mm-hmm.
Right? $40 a person for the tastings. And yeah, that's just cut and dry.
And it's at least 4 drinks for the tasting. So it's
and honestly, I mean, we paid about $240 for us for the tastings for the ones that we wanted to do together or separately. Overall, it was like $240, but we tried. I want to say something like $700 to $800 worth of alcohol.
It was high.
It was the
shelf.
high end stuff, man. Like we had one that was, what was it? The tequila tasting was a $50 shot, and there was one bottle that was a $70 shot. I was like, wait a minute, what? Are you serious? Like, Yeah. So
And the open bar that we went to, which that somebody outside of in our Facebook group.
yeah,
So that was kind of different. I don't know how
yeah.
much
Shout
people
out,
organize that.
shout out to Miss
Kelly
Callie,
Ramos.
Callie.
I thought it was Ramos, but just Callie.
Yeah, Callie Ramos over there in Florida. All right, you guys can check her out. Her and her group was it K the Disney. So they're followers of us, but we also follow them, and now you know we made friends. And what's up,
yeah, they were
guys?
great
Yeah,
'cause
they
they
were great because
organized
they
the open
organized
bar.
it, and it was what 25.
20, yeah, I think it was 25, and it was
$25.
It was top shelf drinks.
Yeah.
We drank a lot of that day, and we did not get it. Well,
Man,
I
we
think
drank-
you may have gotten a hangover. I
That
didn't.
that was my first time trying a Cosmo. That was my
That was a lot of drinks.
wines and
And you could tell it was good
Chardonnays
drinks.
and well, okay, so yeah, we can move over to the spa. We did a couples massage. I really wanted to do which we're gonna do on our next cruise, which we'll get to later. Okay. We really wanted to do the couple's choice, but the timeline didn't work because it's a 2-hour thing. So you kind of have to keep that in mind if you're doing the couple's choice.
Isn't it 3 hours? 2 hours?
Yeah, it's like 2 hours and some change, like 2 hours and 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is. So you gotta really plan your day out if you're gonna do the couple's choice massage. It's basically like a package, and you get like the shower and the foot scrub and something with the jacuzzi in there, the day bed, whatever it is. Okay, you get multiple stuff, and you can overlook the outside of the ship. You know, they got a nice window of treatment, whatever. That's the couple's choice. So we did the couple's massage, and the ladies that we had were very good. This one went to sleep.
I didn't fall asleep.
Yes, you did. She was snoring like a
I was
hog.
relaxing.
Bull. She was asleep. Okay. I mean, she was knocked. You should have heard because the girls, the two that we had, they started laughing in the back because they didn't think I could hear. I was like, I can hear them. Okay.
If I snooze, it was maybe like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. The only thing though is that they had some type of aroma type of
Yeah, if you're
scent going
allergic
on,
to stuff, let it be.
and
known.
it kind of made my nose clog up a little bit, to where I was like, God dang, what the heck? I had to sneeze and like blow out my nose a little bit, so it was kind of. So they gave me something to, you know, unclog me. But yeah, that was the only thing. Other than that, the massage was great. You know, the oils that they used were fantastic. I loved it. My dad and my stepmom got a massage, and they loved it. So yeah, no, the spa. It was. I wouldn't say pricey.
It's comparable. To
I would say
outside of
comparable to a big city type, you know, spa resort type setting. So we paid what, $200?
I don't even want to remember.
Yeah, it was like over $200 for a couple's massage. But I think it was worth it. You know, it was what, the 70-minute one.
Well, it's also
50-minute
depending on the
one?
massage you get. We got
Yeah,
the stone.
and it depends on the massage too. So keep that in mind too. All right, but the spa, just like the alcohol, is always extra. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to.
So it's all relative. If you want to save the money, don't do it.
And there's a little tip here. It was my birthday. Well, it wasn't my birthday, but it was my birthday celebration cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So they knew about that, and they actually gave us birthday certificates for the spa.
Yeah.
Which was for $50. So just a little tip. Let it be known when you are reserving or when you get on board to guest services that you're celebrating something special, and hopefully that helps and they give you something.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, because Paolo did a happy anniversary for us, which was cool, you know. And then I think on one of the nights at Animator's Palette, they did a birthday celebration for her. So, yeah, when you see, you know, you say, oh, well, yeah, different parts of the ship, but no, they talk to each other about the guest and be like, oh, yeah, this guest in such and such room has got this birthday, and then all of a sudden.
And you also get buttons if you want.
Yeah, they give you the buttons. You all kind of trinkets.
Anniversary button, birthday button,
Right.
first cruise button, I think.
Yeah, so other than that, it's a spa. I think we can move on to the nightclubs, the adult stuff to do.
Do you want to talk at all about the meetings, greetings with the characters and all that
We're gonna
stuff?
get to that.
Okay.
because I wanted to save that for when we do the activities on board. So because we're kind of leading into the activities, but let's start with the adult stuff first. I know a lot of people are going to want to know about the adult stuff. So other than the tastings, okay, we did, what was the scavenger hunt?
You did. No, wait. I don't know.
Remember, the
quest.
Yeah, it was like a quest. It was like a kind of like a, I don't know. It was like a team type setting. Anyways, it was a great activity for the adults to do because you interacted with people from the cruise. You had to get in groups of 5 to 10 people, whatever it was. You had to pick a team captain. Shout out to my team, okay? Because I think we only missed one. Yeah, I think we only missed one. We got 7 out of 8 points, which was super good. All right, and I was like, yeah, cool. But that was pretty fun because they only had that one night. Okay, so for the adults at night, they do have things open. You just gotta remember to look at your app, okay? Because a tasting could be going on while this whole scavenger hunt thing was happening, and the scavenger hunt was
karaoke too.
And then you got karaoke, which is going on in a different
So some
area.
activities repeat throughout the week, depending what kind of cruise you do, how many nights.
Depending on the cruise.
And others don't.
Right, exactly. Okay, depending on the cruise. 5-night cruise, you have multiple nights of karaoke, but you only had the one night for the scavenger hunt, and that was badass, man. That was, everybody had a blast. Everybody had a blast, man.
And we have the Halloween themed one. There was also obviously
the Halloween costume contest. Yes, I forgot about that one. Yeah, you're right. That only happened once for that cruise.
They had several bingos, maybe.
They did have a couple of bingos. They had a $2,400 purse. And the other one was a $5,000 purse. So, and that was real money. Of course, credited to your cruise if you want to go play bingo. So, you choose. I mean, I tried to go to one, but it was too much stuff to do, man. Like, you can't do everything on one cruise, okay? And if there's a 7-night, then you definitely not going to be able to do everything because they got other things that are happening that were not a part of the 5-night cruise, if that makes sense. So, like the captain's dinner, the captain's reception, the golden platinum dinner or whatever it is that they have. So there's other things that are happening on a 7-night cruise that are not part of the 5-night cruise. You just can't do everything. So yeah, the adult stuff, it was kind of mellow on certain nights.
And they do close early, the bars and everything, compared to other cruises.
Yeah, they do like a last call or happy hour they call them happy hours, for like French Quarter and Azure, Cadillac Lounge, Signals. So depending on where you are on the ship, they may close the bar down between 10 and midnight, okay? So it just depends on which one you're at, all right? They did have dancing. They had the silent DJ. We were at, if you watch the videos, we were at the Halloween costume contest, and they had played music for everybody, so we started having a dance party there. What else?
If you want to keep it with adult stuff, the pool area.
Oh yeah, the pool and jacuzzi. So we got in the pool.
I got in the jacuzzi.
I did get in the jacuzzi.
Yeah,
I felt like the jacuzzi was really good. Like it was just the right temperature. It wasn't like super hot, but it wasn't cold neither. It wasn't lukewarm. It was just right. And it seats about maybe 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they had 2 jacuzzis on either side, so there's space up there. Again, you can drink your drinks and be fine. They give you plastic style glasses. That way they don't break all over the pool deck, which is perfectly fine. But other than that, the bar was right there. It was away from all the kids and stuff. It was great. You know, the smoking session was up there also for the smokers. It's on the other side of the pool, so if you want to go do that, you can do that. I don't have anything else to say about the pool. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Pool, jacuzzi, bar. That's all you really need. All right. And that's basically it for the adult stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the spa was more adult. Like, yeah, so yeah, the Palo, the restaurant Palo is adult only. Um,
You want to talk about Pablo?
watch the video for Palo. Okay, Palo in itself deserves its own video. All right, but really quick, the service was top notch. That man, like I have never been to like a high end restaurant like that, and it's worth the price for what you get for as much food as you get. It was only what $45 per person. I think so.
I
Yeah,
don't remember.
$45 per person, and we got like some Bellini drinks and whatever else. So it came out to be like came out to be like $100.
And I think one of them was included. I think the first one was included and the second one not.
Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, the first mimosa was included, but then the second Bellini was not. So we just paid for the two Bellinis. They're only like $5 a piece. All right. But yeah, it came out to be about 115 with the tip. Meet and greets. Depending on when you go, you can have a line or you can have a hell of a long line.
Yeah.
But you ain't getting away from a line, okay?
Maybe in a couple ones we did.
Okay, Stitch on deck 5 for Pirate Night. That's the shortest line I saw was for Stitch. Nobody wanted to go see Stitch. Why I gotta leave my man hanging like that? Come on. It's Stitch.
I want to say the pirate. What's his name?
Jack Sparrow?
Jack Sparrow was not that popular either. I remember.
Yeah, you're right. Well, maybe because he was way up front.
Yeah, the location was not.
The location was in front of the Walt Disney Theater, so.
So maybe they didn't even know he was there.
Yeah. So Jack Sparrow line was medium size. Stitch really didn't have anybody. But when you got to decks 3 and decks 4, oh my God. Spider-Man had the longest line of everybody.
You think?
Yes. So the Spider-Man line wrapped around the elevator side of the Disney Wonder, okay, of the atrium. He was on deck 4, right there in front of a D Lounge. So him and Thor were out. And Thor's line was like just in front of D Lounge. That was it. Spider-Man went back down the hallway and back in front of the elevators and towards Walt Disney Theater. I was like, dude, what line is this for? Oh, it's for Spider-Man. I was like, wait a minute, are you serious? Like, even Mickey Mouse didn't have a line like this. That was so funny. So yeah, Spider-Man's line is super long. The princesses, the World Gathering?
Yeah, so the princesses was kind of interesting. They had princesses throughout the whole cruise, but you have to be very strategic about them if you wanted to take a picture with all of them, because they didn't all of them come out of the same place.
No.
Like I think some of them only came out like once, and that was it. And then the Royal Gathering, you would have thought they would have had all the princes there, but they didn't. They only had like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, so
I was kind of slightly disappointed.
You have 2 types of princesses. You got the princesses that are at Royal Gathering and the show princesses. Okay? What I mean by that is the princess who was at Royal Gathering for Tiana, she is the same Tiana at the restaurant. Mm-hmm. Okay? So you have those types of princesses,
and they had a show from
the Ariel.
restaurant, yeah.
Yeah, the Ariel was the same Ariel throughout the whole. Obviously, all the princesses would have to be the same because they're a face character, but where they actually worked throughout the cruise denotes how many times they're going to be out. Okay? So the other part of that is the roving princesses. All right, and that's when we bumped into Snow White, Belle.
But some of them, they're not very popular.
Yeah, Moana was out.
We didn't really see them.
We didn't see all of them.
We didn't see Jasmine. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
apparently
gonna be
Jasmine
hard.
was out. Yeah,
It's gonna be hard. There's,
yeah. Apparently Jasmine was out, and we didn't even see Jasmine. I was like,
but I mean, if you think about it, if you're a Disney princess kind of person like my daughter is, there's like a lot of princesses. There's like a freaking 12 princesses. So obviously, it's gonna be hard for the cruise to have the 12 princesses.
Right.
And so they try their best, but it is hard to take a picture with all of them. Like it's a whole other.
yeah. I think about the princesses were that it wasn't. Yes, you got to read the app, but if you miss a princess and that's on the one day, like Moana only came out for one day, and it's like twice that one day. You really got to be on point about if you want to do the characters. You have to be on point with the like it's
a whole.
it's a whole ordeal.
Yeah, and you got to
Yeah.
make sure you're there like ideally 10, 15 minutes before they even start.
Right.
Because some people are serious about lining up for these characters.
Like the Sanderson sisters were out because it was Halloween. So you had the Sanderson sisters out, and it was a line for them.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as people saw Captain Hook and Shmi, it was a line for them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, dude. Like some of the rarer characters that showed up. Yeah. All right. And then we got to see the Green Men, the soldiers, the toy
Which
soldiers,
was really random.
which was really random. I didn't even know they had a show. Again, it was on the app.
It was an
but I didn't-
activity.
It was an activity, exactly. So,
A huge tip that I would give that I was surprised nobody else thought about this. We had boards that were kids so that they wouldn't get bored. We had whiteboards.
oh yeah, the
with
coloring
markers.
boards, yeah.
That way they could totally be distracted, be playing around,
Yeah.
doing coloring, markers,
The pictures, the pictures took a while to do. I felt like we were in line maybe half an hour.
But a lot of our time on the cruise we spent with the
Yeah,
in line for the pictures.
yeah. It was maybe about a half an hour average. Some lines are quicker than others. Spider-Man took 45 minutes. But there were like an average about I'd say about 25 minutes. Yeah, I'd say about 25 minutes per picture of character that you want to go to. So those are the characters.
Also, the which we didn't do that much because we wasted so much time with the characters. The backdrops.
Oh yeah, the backdrops. Okay, so on the third deck, they're gonna have in the atrium separate backdrops on either side, port side or starboard side, and you can go in there. You can take a picture with your family. It'd be the ship, or it'd be like a nighttime scene,
Or the Halloween themed
the
ones.
Halloween themed ones.
The magic one.
The
where you
magic
put something
one,
special
right,
in your
right.
hand,
So there are different things, and we got the photo pass,
which we should get again.
which we will get again, yeah, and that was worth it because we got what 100 and
A lot of pictures.
yeah, it was like maybe 115, 120 pictures that I had to download on my computer from the cruise line website, so it was worth it. All right, we only paid what, maybe like $40
I don't
or
remember, but it was,
$50 for it, but it was worth it. Okay.
you don't have to worry about taking pictures. They will
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. You don't have to worry about. They just do it through your key to the world card, and you just scan key to the world card and go straight to your room number, and then everything's connected online.
So
Boom,
you're
done.
wondering what pictures they will take. It will be obviously the ones that we talked about, and then also dinner time. Dinner time, they will pass by your restaurant.
Yeah. So if you're at
take
Palo or dinner at the
pictures. I
restaurants,
don't know Palo. Palo.
Yeah.
They did it.
Yeah.
Oh, they did. They did.
yeah. Tommy came by.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So favorite photographer was Tommy. What's up, Tommy? So yeah, they took pictures, and it's just like, hey, there you go, you know. So that's the activities with the kids. Obviously, you got the pool deck.
Arts and crafts. They have the arts and
You
crafts.
got arts and
activities.
crafts and activities. There's
Yeah, there's
so
several
much to do.
activities for
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. I mean, you had trivia. You had
And their family stuff too. Yeah.
yeah, all the other family activities that happen in Oceaneers Lab. So there's a slew of activities to do for kids on board as a family. You got no problem with that.
And
Okay.
the arts and crafts, so you do a themed cruise, that's pretty cool because you do like something that's themed up to
Yeah.
Halloween or this time, hopefully.
Yeah, all right.
Christmas.
And if you want to get up to the pool deck, you can. Just note that the babies under 3 who are not potty trained, okay, are not allowed inside the pool. You have to have regular like swimsuit, and they do not allow swim diapers inside the pool.
But here's a catch: no kids under 3, even if they
Yeah.
were to be potty trained, they're not allowed in the pool.
Yeah, it's no kids under 3 that are in the pool. Okay,
especially regardless of their potty trained.
Right. But that also goes into effect for the Aqua Lab, which is adjacent to Dory's Reef, which I felt like Aqua Lab would be fine for the kids, but they did not allow that. So I'm like, okay, whatever, dudes. So we did what we could do up on the pool deck.
Yeah, all right. Since we have a 1.5-year-old.
Yeah. There's also Funnel Vision up there in the pool deck. You can kick back, watch a movie. They had movies playing throughout.
The whole time.
The whole time, from opening to closing.
And now you can also see in your app. Yeah. But it seems like the app, something that I wish I would have liked better, is that you can only see what's going on in the day of. You can't really plan ahead and see
No, there was a way to do multiple. Yeah.
That you could see what.
Yeah, there was a way to do it. Okay. Yeah, there was a way to do it. We just had to get used to running with navigating the app. But there is a way to plan out the whole entire cruise. Yeah. So, but if any changes were made,
you're right. There was a way.
Then that'll happen the day of. So you really can't rely on trying to plan throughout the whole thing, because they may do a change, or somebody may cancel an event or something, or may get swapped out for another event. So that can happen on board. All right, that's activities. You want to talk about Pirate Night and the fireworks?
Yeah, the parties on the deck.
Yeah, the deck parties, the Celebrate Party, Pirate Night, the fireworks, the Mickey's Halloween review, whatever it was. All those parties were great. All right, it was entertaining. People got there 10 minutes before, just like any other theme park. They stand in line and they get up there on deck and try and get the best seat in the house. Yada yada yada. Got it. Seeing the fireworks out at sea was a one-of-a-kind thing. So
don't forget the headphones if your kid is kind of sensitive to that.
Yes. Okay. We bought the headphones for the girls for the fireworks. It's something that you need to take in consideration, because those things are sitting right there at you. You're super close. It's like, dude, they're loud as heck. All right. The dance parties were great. I mean, I had a great time up there.
Oh yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Tip: glow sticks. I think somebody gave us glow sticks.
Yeah, we had glow sticks. We're gonna
back for the next one.
Yeah,
that was fun to be able to have the glow sticks.
Yeah. So also too. Kids is still kind of activities. If you see a roving character, that's when some of that Disney magic happens, because the elevator ride in one of our videos with Pluto. It was with Pluto. The elevator ride with Pluto happened on a whim. Okay, that was unplanned. I kept recording from the Princess Gathering. I kept recording, and because I was about to turn it off, and I was like, all right, let me just. And then all of a sudden, here come Pluto coming around the corner, and then boom, hops in the elevator with us. Yeah, he's a roving character. That was really fun. My girls really, really enjoyed that.
I think we were more excited than the girls were.
Yeah, we were more excited. If you look at the video, watch the video, and we still watch our videos, just to look back at the things that we did, or maybe things that we ended up missing. But yeah, that part of that day, that sea day, that was day 4. That was unforgettable. At Tiana's place, when we went for dinner, having our girls dress up in the Tiana dresses, meeting Tiana herself, that was a priceless moment. See, that's the thing, like, and we'll get to pricing in a bit, because we got to talk about that too, but the price does not justify missing an experience like that, if that makes sense, okay? It's priceless. Seeing my girls' faces lit up, that was priceless, man. Like, they will always remember. And my daughter still talks about the cruise to today, and it happened 2 months ago.
Well, and even our 1.5, I don't care if she didn't remember. In the moment, I think she was the one that had the most fun. And you'll see her
Yeah.
in some of the videos. She was all about the shows, all about the characters.
Everything.
Like she had a blast.
Everything.
Like
Yeah. No, she was.
she was treated like a princess. Like
Yeah.
with a daycare, everything.
Yeah.
Like,
The kids were catered to a bunch.
they even like the transition going back to their regular daycare and
But
regular life.
yeah,
Was even a little bit hard.
but you know what though? I mean, yeah, they say Disney's for kids, but honestly, it's really for everybody because they cater to the adults too.
when they cater to the parents, so
They
that the
cater to
kids
the
are happy
parents.
and you don't stress out and they're happy too.
They cater to the single folks. They cater to the empty nesters. Like they catering to
older
everybody.
adults.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's it's a kids cruise line with parents in mind and adults in mind. All right, like it's yeah. To get moments like that was priceless. So
The shows.
the shows. It's an entertainment company. I got nothing else bad to say about the shows. It's a Broadway show. It's Disney. Like really, come on. The one thing I wish that they could have done with Golden Mickey's was updated just a little bit to make it more, I guess, IP friendly, if you want to call it. Add a couple of Marvel characters, add some Star Wars characters to it because they do own those properties. I felt like this show was stemmed from 2002 when it first started. I think Golden Mickey's first started was like '02 or '03, whatever. So it was before the Bob Iger era. Okay, it was under Michael Eisner at that point. So these shows were dedicated to just the Disney Buena Vista Picture House. All right, Toy Story, that type of thing. They didn't own Marvel and Star Wars just yet. So you will not see those types of characters in Golden Mickey's. That's what I wish they would update. All right. Because they do have Spider-Man and Thor on board. And they did used to do Star Wars Day at Sea on board. So I don't see why they can't add that back to the show. Other than that, Frozen, awesome. What was
Disney
the other one?
Dreams. Was it?
Yeah, Disney Dreams we heard was awesome. That's the one that I miss.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw some of it. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, so but
I think Frozen most likely was the best one.
yeah, Frozen was the best one. But yeah, again, it's a Broadway show on the high seas.
And the movie theater and the movies, I mean, just like any other
We didn't even
movie.
get a chance to go to the movie theater.
No,
because
so
I
we
wanted
can't
to check
really
that
say
out.
too much about that.
I know. So again, on our next cruise, we're gonna go to the movie theater. We'll find time to go to the movie
I
theater.
must say I went early in the morning when they weren't showing anything, and it's a really nice, relaxing spot to go to.
Yeah.
They got music playing, and you just can sit there and relax.
Yeah, Buena Vista movie theater was pretty cool. Buena Vista Theater, yeah, that was pretty cool. All right,
Merchandise shopping.
yeah, merchandise and shopping. If you got a Disney card, they give you 10%, 20% off. If you got your rewards card that you're taking from the points, you can take your rewards card, swipe it. If you got a gift card, swipe it. It all works. All right, all the Disney cards work on a Disney product, but it's only Disney product. Okay. Other than that, it's just like any other store. Okay, they only open the store when they pull away from port. But when they are port side, like at the port, then no, all the stores close. Other than that, ain't really too much to say about the merchandise.
No, I mean, I think I would have preferred. It didn't seem like they had that many,
Well, because I
Stuff,
think
in my
it was
opinion.
because we were the first Halloween cruise.
maybe, but I don't know. I was kind of disappointed. I wish I would
Yeah.
have had more stuff to sell.
Yeah.
And then they had like the regular store, and then they had like the expensive store. I don't know. I
Yeah, Mickey's
personally
was
didn't
was
really
it
care for
white
this
was
stuff.
it White Caps and Mickey's main sale? Those were like the two main stores, and then they had another store next to Crown and Fin. I think they had like dresses in there.
yeah,
and
that was
stuff
like
that.
the kind of like the boutique stuff.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, they had like a jewelry store, and there was something else in there. But I mean,
I mean, we bought the girls some toys, but
yeah,
there
yeah,
wasn't your ship maybe.
yeah. The model of my ship, you know,
But the
which
clothing was like like I don't know, like I thought everything in general was like okay.
yeah,
There was nothing that I was like, oh wow, I gotta get.
right. So I grabbed them, which I should go get. Don't worry about it. You seen a model of the ship, you seen them all. All right.
A tip for the jewelry store is they do have, I don't know, they must do it
The
with
charm
other cruises.
bracelets, yeah.
The charm bracelets. The first day of the cruise, you want to make sure you check the app.
Right.
I think it's the first day that you get the bracelet for free. You gotta make sure you get it at a certain location, and then after that they give out charms. I think every other day or something like that. So just to watch out in the app.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, there's not too much to say about the merchandise. Yeah, it's a Disney Cruise Line. It's a Disney store. Got it. All the prices are comparable, just like the theme parks. So, but I will say this: you can only buy Disney Cruise Line stuff on Disney Cruise Line. Okay. Now they did have your generic theme park gifts on board, but most of it was Disney Cruise Line. Either it said DCL or it said,
or the H2O stuff. That's also
H2O or LMS was on board. They had Halloween on the High Sea stuff. It was, Disney Wonder. They had ship specific merchandise on board. So the Wonder had its own merchandise. I picked up a Disney Wonder shirt, and I got the ship. And we got some toys for the girls, but outside of that, yeah, you're only gonna find DCL products on the cruise ships. That's really it. If you find it at a like an outlet store or something, you're really lucky. That's rare. All right, but other than that, there's nothing much to say about the merchandise. No. So, all right, so now we can get to the room. Okay, the room tour you already saw. What do you think about the quality of the bed?
It was okay. I don't know if it was that I had a lot of energy and was very excited, but I didn't sleep through the night. Like I woke up every morning like at 4 a.m. So I must say I missed my bed. It wasn't the most comfortable bed I've been in. It was decent, but I wouldn't say it was like super comfortable.
Right. Okay. So.
And the girls' beds were also not that good.
Okay. So I will attest to.
Especially the playpen.
Checking out the concierge room versus the regular rooms. I was able to, give a slight feel about the bed and concierge. And yeah, it was way different. Okay. I can tell you right now, it is way more expensive than concierge. But if you're on a long trip, that bed is going to come in handy. The bed was, I can tell by the quality of the mattress, the sheets. The concierge bedroom is way different from your standard balcony or ocean view stateroom. It's just way different. It's just different. It's just a different quality. All right. And yeah, I felt like at some times our bed was a little hard.
So I guess it depends on preference.
Yeah, it depends on your preference. I wish it could have been a little bit softer, but there were times when I felt like it was. Maybe I think it was the first night that we got there. It was a little hard, but as we slept on it, it adjusted to our body and everything, and then
we adjusted to the bed.
Well, yeah, we had to adjust to the bed. So
the playpen, was very uncomfortable. The baby could not sleep in it.
Yeah, the cribs. The cribs, I don't think are worth it. But if you got an infant.
I would recommend to take like some kind of
you gotta double
foam
up
or something, blanket.
You gotta double up on the blanket or something. Like bring an extra. Yeah, that thing was super hard. And then the couch flip down. It was okay.
I mean, for a kid, I guess it was okay.
A kid, it was fine because
she slept through the night.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And now the baby's gonna be most likely.
But then when I sat on the couch. It wasn't that comfortable, honestly, man. Like I feel like those couches are dated. It just didn't feel.
I didn't even sit in them.
Yeah, I mean, it felt kind of bland almost. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're paying all this money, but
Well, we do have to remember it's a stateroom, a cabin ship.
right, right,
Like
right. It
it's
is.
not a
It
regular
is.
hotel.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So they're not going to be changing out furniture every single year or something like that. So
And it's a cabin. It's a ship. It's not
yeah,
gonna be the same as a regular
yeah,
hotel.
exactly. We didn't pull down the top ceiling bunk because we had the crib in there for our baby, so
Oh,
we
you
didn't
might
need
not.
that. Um, but the people that I know that used the top cabin, they said that, or the top bunk, they said that the lights come on at night and they're kind of like a starry lit, and they got like some wording or something that is on there for wish upon a star, something like that. So, which is kind of cool just to see that. So next time if we go, we get a chance to do that. I don't know if we'll use that one, but yeah. Um, the bathrooms, the split bathrooms, I thought were
Yeah, it was good.
pretty good. Very functional. Somebody was able to take a shower. Somebody was using the toilet and brush your teeth and stuff. So
The
that
H2O
was
products were good.
yeah. The H2O products were good. I'd have to admit
Towels were decent.
towels were decent. Yeah, that's right. Um,
Pillows were okay.
yeah, pillows were. They were the feather style pillows, so it was all right. Yeah. Memory foam would have been better, but you know.
The nice. I like the fact that the TV could steer
Oh yeah. Okay. So
to the one side of the room.
yeah,
and the other
that's
side.
one thing that I wish I would have filmed for you guys was closing the curtains all the way and using the TV on our side of the curtain. That was perfect. I was glad we were able to do something like that.
Or having it on the other side where the kids were.
Right, right. Because that whole swivel thing, like we made it work to where we could have the TV just on our side and we can watch a little movie or something at night when the girls went to sleep. So that was good. Um, didn't even have any problems with storage. There was plenty of storage in there. Plenty of closet space.
Your safety deposit, like your safety. deposit,
Yeah, we were using the safe a lot, for all of our personal documents, things like that. That was great. I put my keys in there for my car. Um, what else about the room? I mean, it was an ocean view stateroom on the 5th deck, so we had a great view.
Yeah.
Anything else about the room?
Guest. Well, you didn't really use it. The guest food delivery. What do you call it?
Oh, room service.
Room service.
Yes, room service. So it is recommended that you do tip the person that comes to you to drop off the food.
They say like
Right.
$1 per item, but I mean, it depends what you order. I
Yeah,
guess.
it depends on what you order. Other than that, the room service is free when you order. You can get stuff from the restaurants. You can get stuff from quick service. If you just want a bunch of Mickey bars or some milk and cookies, they can bring you that too.
The cookies were not that great. I wish it would have been better.
Yeah,
They
I
were
know.
like packaged cookies. I don't know where they were.
I know.
But they
I
were
know.
not nice,
I noticed that
yummy,
too.
freshly baked cookies.
I
So
noticed that too. The
don't
cookies.
think,
well,
oh yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna get cookies.
Hold
now,
on.
because,
Okay, so the cookies in Palo were different.
oh,
Okay, the cookies at Palo were different. The cookies that we had for room service, I think, came from Cabanas.
I don't know, but
No,
was-
because the cookies in the restaurants were different. I'm telling you,
Okay.
they were. Yeah,
well, I wish they would be the same fresh baked cookies.
I
That
know,
you,
I know,
order
but I
for
think
the
because
room.
it's quick service and room service is considered quick service.
well, that's something else that I would say it
Yeah.
wasn't such quick service. I ordered a few times, at
And it
least a
took 'em,
couple times, and it took a while. Like maybe it was the time of the day, but one of the times I waited. I would think close to the hour, if not the hour.
So
So if you're really hungry, not a good idea to get food
again,
service. You're gonna
not everything was perfect on this cruise. Okay.
room service. I mean,
Yeah.
But I mean, the food was really good. The time that we ordered room service, one of the times I ordered several stuff, and I think a tip would be to order what you can and put it in the fridge, and then that way you have stuff for the rest of the trip, maybe.
Yeah.
Like cheese and fruit. I don't know, whatever you think you might need throughout the time that you're there. Or also plan ahead and in the mornings get stuff from Cabanas, which we also did, and
Yeah.
just store it in the room as you needed.
Right.
So you don't have to worry too much about room service.
So, what else? It's about the room. So yeah,
The
that's.
coffee? No, but we didn't really go to the coffee. Well, we did once to the coffee place.
Nah, I ain't talking about that. I guess we move on to the port visits.
Yeah, I guess.
So we stopped in Cabo, we stopped in Ensenada. We didn't get off the ship because there was too much to do on the ship. Plain and simple. Port visits. Thank you. Listen, if you want to get off in Cabo, do it. But we were there with with two other cruise lines. Okay, Royal Caribbean and Carnival. All right. You're there on the beach with 6,000 other people. Have fun in Cabo. All right. You go to Ensenada. You could be there with two other ships. You could be there with one other ship because there's room for 3 ships. But it was just us in Ensenada. But there's nothing to do in Ensenada really. So more people stayed on the ship in Ensenada than they did in Cabo.
But I must say, I've been to another cruise when I was a teenager, and I went to Cabo, and I think it's based on the age of our kids. Our kids' ages, there isn't much to do with a 4.5-year-old and a 1.5-year-old.
No.
There's not that many excursions. There's very minimal, and we didn't really feel like going to the beach because we have a beach in San Diego. So I think it depends a lot on the kind of the ages of your kids, the kind of activities you guys like doing. There's really good stuff to do in Cabo, like kayaking, snorkeling.
Yeah, sure, they got the
dolphins.
activities, but your kids got to be older. Your kids have got to be older, man. I mean, most of the excursions that I was seeing, kids were like had to be 12 and up. There were some that were like 7 and up. So it just depends on what y'all are trying to do. You know, the dolphins are out there. Yeah. The see-through boat thing was out there. Okay, cool. There's another YouTuber who did that.
Kayaking.
Yeah, kayaking, zip lining.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, there's whatever. Go to Cabo. Get off the ship so I can have my peace. All right. That was the one thing I enjoyed about Cabo was that there was hardly anybody on the ship. It was maybe about 300 guests on board. Everybody off the damn boat in Cabo. I was like, thank God. And you can go do whatever character meet and greets. The pool deck.
But there isn't that much going on the cruise since most of people...
No, there were...
there some meet and greets?
Yeah, there were meet and greets. It was just shorter lines. So you would see characters move throughout the ship. They started roaming throughout the ship. That's what it was. Okay, because I saw Mickey just walking around one day and Donald was walking around during the Cabo day. So, and we were on the pool deck for that day. Watch the videos, y'all see. It was hardly anybody up there. So, yeah. All right. I guess it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. And I don't know for all you haters out there about the pricing.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
I want to say haters in the room. You need to edit this.
No, there are a bunch of Disney haters out there. There's a lot going on right now with Disney corporate and the Mouse House. Like there's a lot. So I will address this fact first, okay? I was able to look at this ship from a shipbuilder's point of view. And the maintenance that I saw on board, painting, window treatments, window replacement, piping, cleaning in general, okay? That ship is immaculate, okay? Hands down, okay? When I saw stainless steel piping, I knew I had made the right decision by getting on that ship because I knew that my family was going to get back safe without any fires, without any parts breaking down. All right, that ship was built in what? It was retrofitted in 1998. Okay, so what? Almost 25 years, and it doesn't look a year old. Like it's active maintenance on board. Okay. So when it comes to the pricing, take that into consideration. All right? You will be comparing this ship with another smaller ship in, let's say, Royal Caribbean's fleet or Carnival's fleet. All right? But other than Royal Caribbean's, oh my God, there's so much to do activities on board, slides and whatever else, go-karts with Norwegian now. The ship maintenance on board, as soon as I saw that stainless steel piping, I was like, that's it. That's it. So, if y'all don't know, stainless steel is really expensive, okay? Why do you think, with the stainless steel being that expensive, why do you think you're actually paying so much for Disney? All right. We spent, for the 5-night cruise, it was what, $5,000? Which some people will say, oh my God, that's so expensive, dude, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we know. We know it's expensive. And then, your port fees and whatever else, taxes and all that will be added later. But yeah, we spent $5,000, basically $1,000 a day for a family of 4. Ocean view stateroom, all right? And once I saw the maintenance on board, I saw where that money was going. It's for the upkeep of the ships. Yes, some is for the labor. Yes, some is for the food. Okay? The characters. The Broadway shows. Yeah, the decorations, the shows, the activities on board, the bingo, all that, the princess meet and greets and all that. Yeah, it's a Disney style cruise ship, okay? You're going to get the characters and all that, all right? You won't get that with Royal and all the other guys, all right? And I'm not hating on Royal because they got excellent ships out there too. But you're not going to get that same feel. It's going to feel like your typical cruise ship. Because that's a cruise company providing entertainment. Whereas Disney is an entertainment company providing a cruise line. All right? So for me, the pricing, yeah, they could have came down on the pricing a little bit.
Which they do if you go on the ship and on the cruise close to the date.
Like yeah. So there are ways to get on a Disney cruise for cheaper.
Military.
For all you military guys out there, DoD workers, okay, they do have select sailings throughout the year. 7-night cruises, family of 4. Ocean view stateroom, balconies. You're looking at anywhere between $2,200 and $2,800, depending on what kind of room you get for the military pricing. All right, and that's through the Disney website. Cut out the middleman. All right. For everybody else, yeah, you can go through Costco. You can do your gift cards. You can do whatever you can through a travel agent. Disney credit card helps. Disney credit card helps because you get your rewards points.
And if you just applied for it, they give you a good amount of months, right? No interest?
Yeah, and then they also give you a discount on top of that. So there are ways to do it for cheaper, all right? So with that being said, I mean, are you really, depending on if you're in a discounted month with the other cruise brands, then yes, it'll be significantly cheaper than Disney. If you are not in a cruise discounted month for Royal, Carnival, Norwegian, whoever, if you're not in that discounted time frame, then you're gonna be paying. I mean, it was $4,500 for us to go to LA to go catch the Navigator to Seas, with the same itinerary, same dates. Same room, family of 4, $4,500 to go to LA, plus gas, plus an overnight hotel stay.
So you might as well do Disney.
Right. We decided on Disney because it was right here in our backyard. So, I mean, call it what you will. If I would have done a discounted rate, I would have saved $1,800 with Royal. Okay. Great. I would have saved $1,800 for Royal. But you know what I wouldn't get? I wouldn't have got that moment with my daughters and Tiana. I wouldn't have got a ride with freaking Pluto in the elevator. Okay?
Our little one enjoying every single show or kids.
Exactly. Like, there are certain things that the cruise line does that nobody else does. We wouldn't have gotten fireworks. We wouldn't have gotten a pirate night.
Special pillowcase.
Okay? Yeah, there are certain things that Disney's going to come out of the woodworks with. All right? And just so y'all know, for those that are comparing theme parks to cruise line, the cruise line is worth it. The cruise line is better than the theme park.
No, I would disagree with you.
No, it is.
It is different.
It's not
It's
different.
very different. Now, our kids are young. They can't even go on many of the rides in Disneyland or Disney
Yeah,
World.
they can.
Not that much. So, that's where also we would prefer the cruise.
Okay. Let me put it like this. I was just talking to this with one of my coworkers. It cost him about $1,600 to go to Disneyland. This was like 2 months ago. $1,600 a day for 3 days. All right, for him and his family. That's hotel, food, drink, merchandise, tickets. All right, gas, everything. All right, $1,600 a day is what he spent for park hoppers. All right, this is a family of 4. So I'm saying, all right, dude, you spent $4,500, $4,600, whatever it is. All right, I can't. 16 times 3, whatever it is, $4,800. So he spent almost the same amount of money that we spent on a 5-night cruise for 3 days at the theme park. So y'all tell me who's getting their best bang for the buck.
I don't know how we spend that much money every day, though.
Because the tickets went up.
That seems like a lot.
See, that's the thing that nobody wants to talk about when it comes to the cruise line versus the theme parks. The theme parks have been increasing their pricing religiously every year. Sometimes 2-3 times a year. All right? Park hoppers are now what? $169, $170 now? For just a park hopper for 1 day? For one adult? So, 2 adults, 2 kids. You get my point, right? So, my thing is that, yeah, the cruise line's expensive. Okay, we get that. But how much is it to go to the theme parks? And ain't that much more expensive than going to the theme park. So, pricing, all right? Again, the tips are included for certain things. And they do automatic gratuities for the 4 individuals on your stateroom, right?
The restaurants.
Yeah, stateroom and the 3 in the restaurant. All right, those are where your gratuities are going. Anything outside of that has an 18% gratuity rate added to the cost. Okay, so that's basically it for pricing. That's it. Ain't nothing to hide. All right. We're not Disney influencers, so at this point we don't care. And if anybody from Disney wants to shout out to me, hit us up. You know how to contact us. What else? That's it?
That's it.
That's it. She's tired. It's time to go to bed. All right? I'm done talking about it. So, update. We are going on our second Disney cruise. Because this time we're going to do an inside stateroom. And I'll do a review and all of that for that. This is the Very Merry Christmas cruise. And it's just a 3-night cruise. We're going with some friends of ours, and we booked it last minute. And we actually got the couple's choice for the spa is what we're doing at 2 p.m. Okay, so that'd be great to go see that. All right, so watch out for those videos that are coming.
And since we missed out on one of the restaurant nights because we were having too much fun.
Yep. So we will get a chance to do all 3 restaurants again. And
the shows hopefully again.
Yeah, we'll see what shows are playing.
They should be the same.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's the same shit. Well, it's a Christmas one. So they may have to swap out one. There might be like a Santa show or something.
No, they didn't have a Halloween show. So
oh, that's right. No, that show was on the deck party. right before.
The Christmas.
Yeah, the Halloween Masquerade or whatever it was.
Or most likely by the
So
spring,
whatever Christmas shows there are, we'll film it for you. And until then, thank you for watching. Comment down below what you think. Hit us up, and we will answer more questions for you. All right. Again, Just Jordan. Peace out.